Hello, okay, this is the second video in my From Financial Armageddon to Freedom series, and I'm going to continue some of the topics that I discussed last time just about education. Now, the reason I think that delaying your education right now, specifically if you're going to study business, now I think education is good in providing a foundation. Obviously, if you're going to enter a specialized field like engineering, architecture, medicine, then education has a purpose. I just don't believe it has a purpose at all when it comes to business because of all the false concepts that are taught in business schools that will actually hinder your ability to understand how this crisis is going to unfold and hinder your ability to protect yourself from the downside and to benefit from knowing which way this crisis is going to turn so that you can actually prosper during the second phase of this monetary crisis. Now, certain studies have been performed recently that reinforce my beliefs. There was a study by eHealth.com in which they interviewed recent graduating seniors in the United States, and they found that 73% of them believed they would have a career-related job within a very, very short time of graduation. Now, when they looked back in retrospect at a 3-year period, they found only 41% of graduating seniors in the United States had found career-related jobs. So in other words, the job market is so bad out there that a lot of graduating seniors had to take jobs as waiters or other service type of jobs that had nothing to do with all the money they just spent in their education. So I actually think that this type of problem is going to persist at least for the next 5 years, which is one reason why I'm saying that going into further debt right now and then entering a job market in 4 years or 2 years that's going to be no better than today is not the way to prosper during this monetary crisis. This is going to set you back and make life more difficult. CollegeGrad.com study also confirmed this. They looked at the most recent college graduates in the United States last year in 2009, found that 80% of them had to move back in with their parents. And if you know young kids, if you're older and watching this, you can remember, or if you have children that you're considering putting through school now, the last thing a child wants to do is to move back home after they just graduated from college. They're looking very much they're looking forward very much to their freedom, to embarking on a new journey on their own. So for 80% of them to have to move back home with their parents, the economic situation is dire. So how can it be so bad when all governments around the world are saying that the world economy is recovering now? The reason it's so bad is because government statistics are never truthful. I believe Mark Twain said, all statistics are lies, lies, and more damn lies. So, when governments say that employment rates are really improving, if you look at the way in which they compile employment statistics, it's almost laughable. You can almost take any unemployment statistic in any industrialized nation and double it, and that would be the true rate of unemployment in the country. So if the US says it's 9%, it's really closer to 18%, or 1 in 5 that's out of a job. Same thing would apply to the UK or many other European countries as well. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics just mentioned that in 2010 they expect 2.4 million college graduates to join a pool of 15 million other unemployed people out there that are searching for jobs, and they're going to be competing for about 2.8 million jobs. So again, the prospects of landing a job, your dream job, are just very, very slim. So what would I suggest you do, because the prospects are so bad? Again, I think you will be much better served and be 1,000,000 times more valuable for you to come out of this monetary crisis okay, to rather not go into debt if that had to be part of your plan to seek an education, and to study how money is created. Like, understand these concepts. Why money is created as debt. Why do bankers create money as debt? Why are bankers engaging in quantitative easing, which is basically just a technical term to try to confuse you, which means they're just printing money, new money, creating new money out of thin air, because governments are bankrupt. They can't pay off the interest on government bonds, although they don't have the money to run the federal budget because The money they're collecting from taxes from their citizens are not enough. So even though they're increasing taxes, it's still not enough, and they still just have to print money out of thin air. And all this printing, these printings of trillions of yen, trillions of euros, trillions of pounds, trillions of US dollars, is going to debase everybody's wealth in that country. Because what it does is, if the value of your dollar, your yen, your euro is up here, all this printing of trillions of paper currency is basically making the value of your money go way, way down. So as economic struggles become even more severe, the money that you have in your bank account is becoming worth less. So you have to understand these concepts to know what to do to protect yourself and to prosper during this monetary crisis. So that is what I would suggest. That would be an endeavor 1,000,000 times more valuable to you when the second phase of this monetary crisis hits, rather than going back to school right now. Okay, again, thanks for watching, and I'll be back shortly with another video. Take care.